Welcome to Rabbi Son, hot takes on news, pop culture, and religion, hosted by Rabbi Patrick, that's me, and my son, Javon. Spiritual, irreverent, always fearless, produced by Darshan Yeshiva. Javon, how are you doing?
Fine.
I like that fine is what you always say.
Exactly.
One day you're going to surprise us by saying, I'm doing terrible.
I would hope I would not say that.
Or that you're doing fabulous.
I don't think I've ever said that in my life.
You not in your life as I've had you here as my child. That's for sure.
I don't think I've ever said that.
Yeah, fine is like 95% of the time.
Exactly.
I've
very neutral.
I've heard terrible a few times, usually when there's like a paper due or something of that nature.
Exactly. So I'm just doing regular at the moment.
Alrighty. Well, we should see if we should help this woman here. This is more of the Am I the A? This comes from ambitious_ADV_1489. These are all like throwaway accounts. Okay, so am I the A for not being excited for my friend? I, 18F, am completing my senior year in Canada with my friend, also 18F. Please excuse my grammar or word choice. English is not my first language. During the Remembrance Day assembly, my friend, Annabella, was flirting with her crush, William. She was giggling and smirking and not at all paying attention to the assembly. My family is Jewish, and I feel very strongly about the Holocaust, the World Wars, and Remembrance Day. So this is probably a Holocaust Remembrance Day is what she's talking about. I gave her a sharp look, but she rolled her eyes and continued flirting. I hardly think this is appropriate. After the assembly, Annabella was chatting to me and didn't even notice that I was crying a little. I am very sensitive, and sometimes topics like this set me off. She told me to stop making this all about you when I'm trying to talk to you about my crush. Wow, this is so 18. I was so shocked because she didn't seem to care about what this day meant to me. She kept talking like, oh my God, I'm so scared about what people are going to say, and I'm so gonna be teased, LOL. She's always wanted to be in the spotlight, which suited me just fine before because I'm the complete opposite. At this point, I was really pissed, so I told her, oh yeah, that must be so hard. You're going to get the attention you always wanted while people died for you to be here. If you think that is hard, try being a Jewish person during the Holocaust. She looked really shocked and ran away. I felt a bit guilty, but I wanted to give her space. I woke up today with a ton of angry texts from some of our other friends, cussing at me, calling me names. I don't think I'm wrong, but I still feel incredibly guilty. So am I the A? I think you are 18. And this kind of thing happens at 18. And I'm not saying it's fun, and I'm not saying it's appropriate, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it is 18. Like this is an 18-year-old female drama thing. They say, I think cis men get an unfair criticism about the whole, like, your brain doesn't develop till you're 25. This is true of human beings, though, right? And, like, females are human beings, too. And, like, this is, like, school, I guess high school. You're in Canada, so it was high school drama. And, as much as it hurts now, like, you're going to go off to university and or uni or whatever they call it. You're going to make your friends and go to your local Hillel, and you're going to tell this story, and people are going to be like, yeah, that's so 18-year-old high school, and you'll move on. And then some other girl will probably piss you off, because she looked at you funny or did some terrible thing or whatever, and that'll be college drama. And them's the breaks. And then you're going to go into the workplace, and you're going to have to deal with Dale or Bob or whoever who's in the cubicle next to you, who microwaves fish in the company break room, and you're going to have to deal with that drama because life is filled with drama. But this just happens to be the version of drama that you have to deal with right now at this particular age, at this particular time. I'm going to hand it over to the person who's closer to 18 than I am. Javon, your thoughts?
I just feel like this just wouldn't be me, because I like, if you want to pay attention to like the Remembrance Day presentation, then that's your prerogative. If she didn't want to do that, then that's her prerogative. I feel like you were so worried about what she was doing, and you wanted her to feel like the same. You wanted her to feel the same way that you did, and you want her to take this as seriously as you are. But yeah, worry about yourself would be the ultimate takeaway.
How do you mean, what about yourself?
I said worry.
Worry about yourself. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that it's in an assembly to talk about like the Holocaust, and this girl is giggling with her crush, and maybe it's like not interrupting, but it's like kind of a weird, thing to be like giggling and like,
but she's trying to get her
smooching with your crush. Like, yeah, but when they're showing the pictures of people coming out of concentration camps and stuff like that, like timing, it's a little bit of a timing issue.
They were in their own world.
And you're right. And I agree 100%. They're in their own world because, like, what is it? Oxytocin? Is that the love drug? I forget what it's called. I think it's oxytocin. Oxytocin is flowing through their bodies. It is a hormone monster situation. There is, the world has just drifted away because Annabella and William are together on the bleachers.
Exactly. If they wanted to laugh and giggle, then that's their business. I mean, it's like when some people see images like that, they just be like, oh, okay.
You don't think it's like, a little bit rude, though, to be like giggling and like, hugging on each other, like during a presentation of like, slavery, genocide, war, things of that nature?
I think that what people think is in these situations is, well, it ain't me. What I got to do with me?
Mm.
Exactly. Like, these kids are worried about getting theirs. They're not worried about no boring presentation.
I mean, I hope they will care about it later. I hope they'll mature and care about it later.
But this like in high school.
It's 18, man.
Yeah. So, no, she's worried about getting hers and getting her crush. And
yeah.
Like, I feel like, just mind your business. If that was something that, you were worried about and that's something that affects you, then, like, but you can't make other people feel the way that you feel,
Right.
So I do think that the whole, like, that was the right moment to talk to your friend. Like, while you were crying. Y'all were on two different wavelengths.
Yeah, exactly.
She was on the high of, oh, my crush finally talked to me, and we were flirting and we were giggling. Yeah. And then you're all on, like, the sad, like, oh my gosh, this happened to people. This is such a sad event. Right. I don't think I should have talked to each other. You should have, like, not right now. I need to go to the bathroom, something separate.
Yeah, and, I agree. Yeah.
Y'all were on two very different timings.
Yeah. Yeah, and, like, when you get, I mean, just like advice to an 18-year-old, like when you get older, you'll find people, if you're practical about it, and if you like, really try, you're going to find people who are at the same maturity level as you and who share the same values as you. And so you won't be in as many of these situations as like, you are now. Because when you're a teenager, when you're in high school, you aren't necessarily around people who share the same value set you do. You share the same interests and you share the same classes and you live in the same neighborhood. Like, that's not what adult life, if you do it well, looks like. So, I think, maybe part of this too is you're maybe a little bit past where she is and sort of terms of understanding time and a place for everything,
or because I was in her defense that when some people see macabre images, they laugh for reason.
Yeah, not that
they're being, rude or anything, or they think it's funny, but like some people
nervous laughter,
more, like, so maybe. Yeah, but I'm just saying, time and place.
That's a stretch.
What is it? Reasonings is not an excuse to the reason.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. I think I'm more in favor, though, of your first reason, which was they're in their own planet.
Yeah, right, you should have talked to one of your other friends that were more sensitive about it.
Yes.
And then she could have been like, let me go talk to Mindy and be like, oh my gosh, Mindy, Will just talk to me.
Right.
Like, and then they could have theirs. This way you have multiple friends.
Yes. You can't expect one person in life. And this is where married couples screw up. You can't expect one person to fulfill every single need that you have. That's why, exactly as you said, Javon, you have multiple friends. Because you have friends who are people that you hang out with and everything's kind of lightweight. And then you have friends where if you get hit by a bus, that's the person you call, right? And we all have those friend groups where like one person's the smart one person's the like lovable dumbass, another person who is like, the caring one, another, it's love languages, and stuff like that. Like look at any TV show, all the characters that are friends, they're all different. And you go to the friend who could have been your friend in that moment. And clearly Annabella, because she's all about some William, is just not capable of that. And that doesn't say anything about her other than she's the wrong friend at the wrong time.
Yeah, for that specific situation.
Correct. Now when you have a crush and you want to like throw down about, whomever, yeah, it sounds like Annabelle is your girl. Right?
Exactly. Like you have different friends with different things. And for those married people who like, since that was the topic that, got brought up.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let your life be your marriage. Live life, outside of marriage. Have friends, have your own separate hobbies, have your own separate space. Yeah, so you don't get to a point where it's like,
Javon thinks you should have your own house. But
I really do. And it's like,
I was with him until that moment.
Yeah, but then it's like, you get to a point where it's like, you've been around this person and you think this person's supposed to show all these things.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of I'm so drained. I'm so sick and tired of being around you.
Right.
It's like, when you're around someone, you need space for people because people are irritating.
Yeah.
And you can love those people, but people are still irritating. And you just don't want to drive yourself crazy.
What? Well, you just say like, being around people and sometimes they drive you crazy. And I'm like, does that include us? Is that your mom and dad too?
I feel like y'all doing that to me.
that we're saying you drive us crazy?
Exactly.
Not at all.
Yeah, but back to my point. Yeah, but point being, have, different people for different things.
Yep. I like that. We're going to end on that. Have different people for different things.
Yeah, emotional things.
Yeah.
Because you can't just say that and leave off on that line.
Fair enough. Thanks for the correction. Thank you to our sponsors at Darshan Yeshiva for making this content possible. Darshan Yeshiva provides beginner-level online Jewish learning, including the very popular Conversion to Judaism program, with sponsoring rabbis and students all over the world. Start your Jewish journey any place, anywhere, and anytime with our conservative, reform, reconstructionist, Jewish renewal, humanistic, and post-denominational rabbi mentors. Become the Jew you always wanted to be with Darshan Yeshiva.